Kitkatscanread.
Hello everybody, my name is Katie. Welcome to another video. Today I am bringing you guys my 2022 bookish goals. Every year I always try to set myself some goals to achieve. Sometimes I achieve them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, why did I even bother to even start doing these goals? But they are just kind of like a guideline for me, and just a basic guideline that isn't too strenuous, something that I can go by for the year, as like I sort of sit to myself and be like, what would I like to achieve by the end of the next year? And so these are the goals. So the first goal I have to share with you is I would like to clear my currently reading list. I have far too many books I have put down, whether it's that it didn't fit a prompt for a readathon, I wasn't feeling it, or I've put it down because I was too busy, or I didn't have time to read, or something else was going on, or I was in a reading slump, and I've ended up with a massive currently reading pile from 2021 that I've now got to clear in 2022. So by the end of 2022 I'd like to have cleared all of that list, and I want to try and just read the books I'm reading and just try and push myself through those books. If I'm not feeling it, I got to try and I've got to try and read it. And like, if I'm not feeling it, try another book and then go back to it near enough straight away, or push it on to the next month sort of thing. I cannot afford to have a currently reading list where I put it down and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it like in a year's time. It's just ended up being absolutely ridiculous, and now I've just got over 10 books on this currently reading pile, and it's just such a wasted time of reading that is ridiculous. So I want that cleared by the end of the year. My Goodreads goal is going to be 50 again. I didn't achieve that in 2021. That's just because certain things happened. My life got busy. I'm hoping my life, although it will be busy like the majority of like the first half of the year, I want to say, because I'm probably going to be moving again. So I don't really know how my reading is going to go, but I still want to be able to have a 50 book reading goal. Another challenge that I'd like to do in 2022 is to read more series. I have a list of like series I've started and not finished, and I just want to either start rereading those series again so that I can continue on with them, or that I just try and read the books in the series I'm up to in order to achieve that. So yeah, it would be good to get that list down as well. I've got so many series, there's really like bookshelves full of series that I just haven't started or continued on with, and yeah, I just would like to read some more series. The final bookish challenge that I'm going to have is probably going to be the biggest struggle of them all, and that's going to be the 5 to 1 book challenge. It might be easy because of like funds will probably help, because if I'm going to get a different place, then yes, funds are going to be a bit tighter. So I don't know what it's going to be like with getting books like next year, but I want to be able to do and start again properly my 5 to 1 book challenge. And I literally have this little jar myself that I got from Waterstones. This little tiny jar just says I can feel a new book coming on, has books all over it and new book fund on the back. Yeah, you can put like money in it, but I like to do little bookish tokens. I literally just write on colour bits of paper 1 book token. When I've read a book, I put that 1 book token in here, and it has to be a physical book. I did start it last year where it was going to be any sort of book, where it was going to be like a NetGalley book, an ebook or whatever, but I feel like in order to free up that space I need to do 5 physical books. So yeah, 5 physical books. They obviously can't really be rereads because yes, okay, the rereads are on the shelf, but unless it's a reread that I'm going to unhaul, then yeah, maybe that could count as a book token. But if it's a reread that's already in the shelf and I've read it and I'm just reading it just because of like funsies, then yeah, it won't count. The whole point is I'm reading a book off my shelf, off my actual TBR, to get a new book. So 5 book tokens in this tin will allow me to be able to purchase myself 1 book. With the rate that my reading goes, because I'm quite a slow reader these days, that this should like be probably 1 to 2 months worth of reading. And yeah, it'll be nice to be able to achieve that. So yes, okay, I do get the Illumicrate and the Fairy Loot book boxes every month, and those are my 2 book editions. And of course, if I get anything gifted for my birthday, or if anybody gives me anything from my wish list, those don't really count. Although if I really do want to, I could probably take 1 book token out per book that I have gained from those sort of things. So it all depends on how I feel with like book space and that, whether I can on haul or whatever. But yeah, just I want to do the 5 to 1 book challenge again for myself of books that I physically read, and I feel like 5 books read will determine to have a bit more bookish space, and so on and so forth. So yeah, those are my bookish goals for the year of 2022. Like I say, that last one I think is going to be the hardest one of them all, because book buying is really, really hard. But currently reading list will be doable if I can really stick my mind to it. And the same with the Goodreads goal, but that's just like a sort of laid back goal in sort of like the back series. That's just if I just pick up some series, but I really just want to reread some series and continue on with them. There's just so many that I just haven't finished, and now I need to reread the books in the series in order to continue. So yeah, it would be good if I could continue on with some series and maybe even finish some. So those are my Goodreads goals and bookish goals and book whatever goals for 2022. So hopefully it's doable. We shall see. Let me know your goals down in the comments below, and hopefully we can get our goals done together. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have done, please do give it a thumbs up. All my social media links are linked down below in the description if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. But that's it for me, guys. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I will see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye.